Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Anybody out there want coaching or mentoring, go to my website, skyazrael.com. Let's get into it. Let's talk about relationships, how to have a successful relationship. There's 3 areas that you can focus on. Now, these 3 areas are also the sign of a crumbling relationship. So if you're paying attention, these 3 areas will be the first to fall apart, and your relationship is not over, but it's headed that way. It's headed down the drain if these 3 areas are not being worked on and being cultivated. Good relationships are cultivated like a plant. It doesn't just happen miraculously. The guy's yard on your block that looks so great, it didn't just happen that way. He's working on it. You got to work on this kind of stuff. The first one is respect. You have to build respect. You have to learn how to respect somebody. You have to practice this. And respect is the key. You both have to respect each other. And guys, it's really important for us to feel respected. If you don't feel like she respects you or respects you enough, this is a major problem in the relationship. If you feel like that she used to respect me, but now she doesn't, this may be a personal flaw. You may be failing in some way, so we always want to be introspective and look within, look in the mirror, see what's wrong with self. But there may be something going on with her as well, and the respect issue cannot be ignored. You have to jump on that immediately. Resentment will build. You will become resentful. And you two will end up like my cousins up in Pittsburgh, where it's like we wonder, why the hell are you even married? You seem like you hate each other. So think about respect. How can I show respect for someone? How can I be respectful at all times, always, in all ways? And enforce your boundaries. This may mean that you need to have conversations about this periodically, and to say in a nice way, but pull your wife aside or your girl and be like, hey, when we were at that party last night, and I know you were just teasing, you're just joking, but I don't like when people try to belittle me in front of my friends, especially when it's my woman trying to make me out to be like less of a man. Oh, it's all funny. It's all so funny. But I don't like that. And you're allowed to not like stuff, and you're allowed to point that stuff out. And if people bully you and tease you because you have boundaries, maybe you really have a major problem in your relationship. Because the proper response when somebody feels disrespected, when you care for somebody, is, oh, wow, well, I didn't realize that. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, that's the kind of thing that a normal person would do. So you give respect to get it. You can't just go and slam your fist down and say, I demand more respect. I watched a video by Sky and he says, you got to respect me more. You're going to have to be the leader on this. Be the king of respect so she knows what respect looks like. And if you do get in an argument about this, you can say, I'm always respectful to you, and it's true. The next one is compromise. What's the key to successful relationships? Well, respect. We had to talk about that first. But compromise. So many people drag their feet in the mud. You got to be able to bend. You got to be able to give in. You got to be able to compromise in any relationship. You compromise with your kids. You make compromise with your dog. Compromise with friends and your boss. You got to compromise with your woman. You got to compromise with your wife. Sure, you may always like to get your way. And you're the leader, you're the man, you're the boss, whatever. But you have to be able to compromise in any kind of relationship and give a little. And even if it's not something that you're vibing on, you can compromise and go to the opera because she likes the stupid opera. And maybe if you're slick enough, you can sit in the corner with a little earplug, an earphone in your ear, listening to your music at a soft volume while she's enjoying the stupid opera. Have you ever been to an opera? I don't like opera. But you may have to compromise on certain things, and we can just go down and cherry pick and come up with a list of what would that look like? What kind of scenarios might I compromise? A lot of you know this stuff. This is the most basic stuff we learn when we're kids about how to have relationships. But I think a lot of people, especially men, lose sight of this. And the reason why I say that is because I see this happening at friends' houses when I go over to your house and see how you interact with your lady. Sometimes I find buddies of mine who aren't very respectful. A buddy of mine who's got an amazing wife, this Swedish chick, and I'm not trying to hit on your wife, dude, but your wife is fucking amazing. You have a good wife, and you don't treat her right, and you know it. You're not respectful. I have another buddy of mine who doesn't really compromise much. It's always his way or the highway. He's not compromising on anything. He gets his way 100% of the time. She compromises on everything, and you can tell that she would like to just do what she wants. Maybe she gets to choose the movie or the dinner or whatever once in a while. So you got to learn to compromise. And the last one is sex. Sex. How do you have a successful relationship? Lots of good sex. How can you tell if your relationship is falling apart? Well, these areas. When the respect is failing, slipping away, when people aren't compromising with each other, or one person is no longer compromising, and then when sex is no longer there. Either it's mutual or it's one-sided, but regardless of how it goes down, if it's not going down, that relationship is falling apart. If you're not banging each other out in blissful ecstasy regularly, having those orgasms, screaming so the neighbors can hear you, and they're like, what's going on over there? Is he killing her? Is he fucking her? If that's not happening, if you're not chasing your chick around, squeezing her butt, and she's not dragging you around trying to suck you off at any chance that she can get, if this isn't happening, now there's a problem. Now, I'm not suggesting that your relationship has to be a porno, where you have some insatiable sexual, not everybody's like that. Some people just want to do it every once in a while, but you should be doing it regularly. And I'm not going to give you an amount every day, 6 times a day. That's going to be up to you. Once a week, once a month, whatever floats your boat, but it should be regular, and you should be really enjoying it. You both should be. You both should be looking forward to it. And none of this, I don't feel like it bullshit. Oh, I'm just too tired. Oh, I don't feel like it. Are you insane? I've never met a guy who didn't feel like it, wouldn't take one for the team. Do guys ever say that shit? Oh, I have a headache, baby. I just don't feel like it. A guy could have a broken arm, a broken leg, a headache, missing teeth, all kinds of personal problems in his life, just fired from his job and punched in the gut by his best friend, and he will still bang you out. There's nothing that's going to stop him from that. Chicks, the situation has to be perfect. If a dog barks 3 miles away, she's like, oh, no, we can't do it now. You got to have regular sex, and you guys got to get into it. And if you find that the sex is slipping from the relationship is slipping. The relationship is failing. If you guys haven't fucked in a long time, your relationship is bullshit. Go fuck. Have a good week.